welcome back to my channel. Christy here. Today I have our final July the 4th Patriotic decor haul for you guys before we decorate. So we're decorating really soon and I wanted to share with you those last minute items I have purchased for our decorate together. So if you're new here, I want to welcome you. My name is Christy, and to the rest of my decorating family, welcome back. So I've got several stores and I also have a few pieces of thrift. So I'm very excited about these pieces. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's get into the haul. So the first item I'm going to go ahead and show because it's laying off to the side and I don't want to forget it. So you saw on my first decor haul, I purchased this beautiful Patriotic. It's by Stars and Stripes throw. It's absolutely stunning with the ruffles. I got a lot of questions about this blanket. It's also reversible. It has the white with the blue stars on the inside, so you can use whichever. So this one was $30 I'd grabbed at Home Goods. I did see one other quality throw that I wanted to pick up, and it's this one right here. It is by the Stars and Stripes. It's the same brand. So I'm going to show you this one. This one is very similar. It's very classic, traditional, and it was the same price. It was $29.99 at Home Goods, and it's like a chenille. So it's basically like the pillows that I decorated with last year, and it's very traditional colors. It's a deep, beautiful red, and I love it. So this was the recent throw blanket that I grabbed from Home Goods. So I added this to my collection. I also purchased from Home Goods this beautiful, it's a long stem fern, faux fern. It comes with 3 pieces. Look how it is a real touch, so it's gorgeous. And this was $12.99. I wanted a long stem. I love the green color. Like I said, it is gorgeous. It is the soft real touch, and for $13 for this big stem, you can't go wrong with that. So I grabbed these. So the next item is not a Patriotic item. I forgot to mention it in my last haul. However, it's adorable. I got to share it with you, and it's the only other item I have from Home Goods. My husband had taken me glamping back in January for my birthday, and there was this lamp in the bathroom that I just couldn't get over, and I said that had to come from Home Goods. So after months of being on the search, it's this beautiful squirrel lamp. It's gold. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. It comes with this neutral shade. This one was $34.99. We do live around a bunch of wildlife. I love my squirrels. And I saw this. It's got black eyes. It's gorgeous. And I thought I would add this to the home for the summer. It's super cute. The next store is Kirkland's. You guys know I was looking for something unusual. Last year I had decorated with kind of the red and blue bandana look. I picked up some from Walmart or the dollar store, draped it over my flower baskets, so it just looked gorgeous. So I found something at Kirkland's. So they had these beautiful red, kind of look like bandana, paisley plates. I got 2 of them. I may go back and get 2 more, but you guys know, if I decorate my hutch, I may want 4. I may go back and grab a couple. They were on sale, so they're normally $8.99. I got them around $4 and some change. So these are the 2 plates. Look how beautiful those are. I love how the white pops. It's a beautiful red, and I grabbed those. They also had this piece, which is kind of like a cutting board. It's got the same decorative pattern. It has this beautiful wood. Gorgeous. So see, I can use it all year if I turn it around, or I could use it for the July the 4th. I love it. This was $29.99. Again, it was 50% off, so around $15. So I picked up this one as well. So along that idea, I went into World Market because I was looking for unusual pieces, and World Market usually gives me that. So as soon as I walked in the door, I saw this beautiful blue bandana looking paisley platter. I'm very excited. Look how gorgeous that blue is. It is stunning. I can't ask for a better piece to add to my hutch this year for 4th of July. This one was not on sale. It's World Market. They don't do a whole lot of sales, but it was $29.99, so $30, which I don't mind paying, you know, that price. This is stunning, and I'm very excited to add it to my hutch as well. You guys remember I picked up these cute little bandana / paisley little bowls from Home Goods. So I think with these and the plates and the platter, I think that's gonna give me a very patriotic look. You guys also know I love to add different textures when I decorate for the holidays. I saw these 2 pieces from Ross. They're not really patriotic, but they will be in our decorate. The first one was this napkin holder. I believe this is like a banana leaf. This one was only $4.99, and I thought I would add some patriotic napkins. So for $5, I thought that was a very good buy. I also saw this, and this would be great with my coastal decor that I use sometimes in the summer, but they had this beautiful vase. It's very large in size, and I thought for the price, $9.99, wow, you guys, what a deal. So $10, look how stunning. I compared it to other stores that had similar pieces, and this was by far the best buy. Michael's was also running a sale. I don't have one really close to me, but I did have an appointment over in that area, so I went ahead and swung by just to see what they had, and I actually got quite a many items from there. The first one is this beautiful wreath. It is the red, white, and blue. I know this has probably been out. They may have had it last year, I'm pretty sure, but nonetheless, it is by the Celebrate brand. And I think it's got a little bit of greenery in it. So this is what it looks like. Really pretty. And the back is, of course, looks like the grapevine texture. So for this one was $39.99. Again, it was on sale, so I got it around 50% off. They also give me at Michael's an additional 10, so 60% off, so around $16, $17. This is a great buy. Look how stunning. I can't wait to put it up with some wood and some other, I have great ideas. I'm very excited to decorate with you guys. So this was the first piece. They also had these stems along the same colors. Looks like the same floral style. It has like this bouquet wrapping at the bottom. These were $9.99. Again, I paid about $5 for them. So I thought these would be really pretty to put in baskets and that kind of thing. So I'm very excited to use these. I got 3 of them. I also picked up these beautiful Real Touch fern stems from Michael's. These are by Ashland. They're gorgeous. I grabbed 2 of them, around $6, $7. Look how stunning. The green is gorgeous. You guys know I love to put greenery with my flags, and I just love them. They're gonna be great. So 2 of those. Again, adding textures and baskets. You guys know I love to do all that. They had this cute little basket. Look at the coloring on this. It's kind of got like a rustic 2-tone kind of vibe. I love the handle. You could either put the handle down or keep it up, either way. Nice florals or something in there with a flag. This is regularly $9.99. Again, Ashland. So I got it around $4. Again, the Ashland brand. So I got this one. I love that one. And they also had this style right here. Again, a different weave, but absolutely adorable. This one was $9.99 as well, so $4. And I just love it. So those are going to be super cute. I also like small, have to use small baskets like this on my hutch because of the shelving, and it has to kind of fit in there. So these are going to be perfect. So next we're going to get into some stars. So I saw this ribbon at Michael's. Again, it's a beautiful traditional blue with the silver. It's actually a silver star, but from a distance you can't really tell. It has a white look. And this is by the Celebrate It brand as well, $9.99. So I got this roll for about $4. It is a 2.5 inch and you get 6.6 yards. And I only grabbed 1 of them, just enough to add a touch of star. So pick that up. And then next they had these, thinking of texture, they had these gorgeous star baskets. Look at these. What an unusual thing. I love them. I think these are really neat. I thought I could prop them up, do a little bit of greenery, some red, white, and blue. Who knows what we're gonna come up with, guys, but I grabbed these 2. They were a little bit on the pricier side, the Celebrate It brand. This was $26.99, and then this one was $24.99. But like I said, with 60% off, I went ahead and I thought that was reasonable. So I got these two. And then they also had this one, which is kind of like a vase. This one was only $14.99, but I went ahead and grabbed it. I can put some red, white, and blue in there with a flag, and it's going to make a great centerpiece, or, you know, a little side table or somewhere small. So I thought this was nice. And I know Hobby Lobby has a similar piece like this. It's more of the banana leaf. It's a different kind of weave. However, the flowers, they have red, white, and blue flowers in them already, and you can't take them out. And I want to be able to put whatever I want to in it. So I went with just this one, and I can change out my greenery or my stems as often as I want, and it's not fixed just for July the 4th. All right, so I grabbed this one. My last star item is actually from At Home. I did look at their Patriotic Decor. I only saw one item that I left with, and I'm really into the wood textures this decorate. I saw this stunning wooden star. It is really huge. They actually have one bigger than this, if you believe it or not. But look at this wood. Look how gorgeous. I love it. So I walked out with this one. It was $21.99. I got 10% off, so it's still not a bad buy. And it would look really, if you have a huge wall, you could get two of these, one big, one this size. They did not have a smaller size that I saw, or I would have bought several of those. I don't have the wall space right now for anything larger than this, but there's so many things you could do with it. So I got the one, $21.99, 10% off this gorgeous wooden star. So I feel like that was a good find. I also went to Kohl's in search of something different. I did find this one item. I am gonna try to go back and get some more. I did that again where you say, I should have got more. Absolutely, so I'm gonna go back and try to get 6 total. But they have these beautiful kind of rustic looking placemats. And the reason why I say rustic is you have one red and white stripe. This is like a khaki, so it's not a bright true white, which I love. And look, it kind of has this old vintage look to it. So you get one star pattern. If you saw, I know you guys have been watching my decorate from last year. I used a similar something like this from Hobby Lobby. It's just a placemat. I put under like my red truck with the flags. So I love to put placemats like this underneath decor just to give it a pop of more patriotic look. And I saw these and immediately went ahead and grabbed a couple. I will try to go back and get 2 more sets. So the red and white with the khaki, gorgeous, and a very classic blue and white star. So these ended up to be around $13.99 for me. They were $19.99 regular price, and I think these are gonna look great. Also at Michael's, they have this blue and white gingham in their July the 4th decor this year. They have a lot of pieces in it. They had this ribbon, which is this baby blue and white checkered pattern. I do use this a lot. I am not going to incorporate it in my July the 4th. This is something more that I use for Easter with my Peter Rabbit. I use this pattern a lot, so I'm always thinking all holidays whenever I shop. It's not just limited. So I went ahead and picked up these 2 different sizes for my Easter decor. So if you're like me and this pattern is always hard for you to find for Easter, you may want to go ahead and pick it up. Also, if you want to include this color in your patriotic decor, then absolutely. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just choosing to stay traditional. But grab 2 of these. They were on sale around $4 a roll. This is in the 2.5 inch. And then of course this one is in the 1.5 inch. So I grabbed 2 of these, put my Easter bin. And then I was also out at Target when we were in the Outer Banks. Don't hold me to this locally. I don't know where you guys live, but I was at the beach when they had these in the dollar area, the dollar spot. Now these again, I would either use for Easter or I would use, they're just the little runners that they carry. I got 2 of them. I will also certainly probably lean these more toward my coastal decor, which is probably explains why I got them at the beach. But so They may have them at your Target. Like I said, I'm not sure where you guys are located, but definitely $5 runners. I'm gonna put these in my coastal bin with my decorations. And I just wanted to let you guys know that that pattern is available at Michael's if you want to pick it up. So I do get a lot of questions about, are you doing a patriotic tree? You know, I usually do a little small Christmas tree. I think last year it was only like 14 inches tall. This year, I think I'm gonna try to pull out my 4-foot, do a little bit bigger scale on that. And I did pick up some patriotic ornaments. I posted a short on YouTube when we were at the beach and they had the Christmas mouse, which I'm very excited about. I have a lot of footage coming out for like a Christmas in July kind of video for you. They do have a website. You can pick these up online, and I will leave their website down below in the description box for the 3 ornaments that I have. And you can also get them from Amazon. So I have linked the ones in my Amazon store under patriotic ornaments. They're easy to find. This one I believe is a Kurt Adler. And this is the little soldier. So this is what he looks like. He's got his little drum. He's got this gold string you hang him up by. He's holding a little flag. So I got him. He was $19.99. Yes, he was $19.99 at the Christmas Mouse. I thought that was a good touch. And then we are doing the 250th anniversary. So for $12.99, they had this, looks like a stamp, and it has 250 at the top. And then of course, July the 4th, USA. So this was a good one. And then I have some flag looking bells, but I do not have anything in the gold. This one was my last one at $19.99. They also have this on Amazon, I discovered. And it's this beautiful patriotic bell. It says United States of America, 250th anniversary. So it's got a little red, white, and blue ribbon. So those are the 3 ornaments that I picked up to add to my patriotic tree this year. So being the 250th anniversary, I will be incorporating some vintage type themes to go with that, 250 years. And I saw these napkins at Marshall's. Only got one thing from Marshall's. And it was the patriotic Coca-Cola. These are the 40 count. So super patriotic with the Coke. And these were only $4.99 at Marshall's. I found these up close near the register where you're waiting in line. They usually have a lot of napkins there while you're waiting in line. So I saw these for $5. And I thought, what better way, you know, to throw some Coca-Cola in for the 250th anniversary. So I only have a couple of things left. I have Hobby Lobby, and then I also have some thrift. Their 4th of July decor is not on sale yet. But this item I actually got in the regular kind of patriotic America section. And it, of course, I know you guys have seen it. It is the Betsy Ross picture where she is cutting out the stars for the flag. You get super close. And it says it down at the bottom that she's cutting out the stars. This one actually normally runs $15.99. It has this gorgeous wooden frame. And normally $15.99 for whatever reason, and they may be discontinuing this, guys. If you want to pick it up, friends, you might want to go get it because they may be clearancing this particular photo out. So I ended up getting it for $3.99, and there's nothing wrong with it. I noticed all of them were $3.99. So this is an item that they may be getting rid of. So of course, if you want to get that, you may want to go on over and pick this picture up. So $4, you cannot beat that. So 2 other items patriotic at Hobby Lobby that I grabbed. I didn't realize their stuff wasn't on sale, but I went ahead and got them. Is this ribbon. Again, it has the burlap kind of dark beige color. I thought this would look gorgeous with the tree, maybe a ribbon on the top or something like that to go with my ornaments. It's very vintage looking. So for $5.99, I grabbed this roll. This is the 1.5 inch. And then, you guys, I have to be honest. I think this came from Hobby Lobby. It's just this red and white star pattern. I didn't have any red and white stars, so I thought, why not? This one is wired for $2.99. And like I said, I'm pretty sure, you guys know Bump Switch, I'm pretty sure this came from Hobby Lobby. So now while we're on the subject of Hobby Lobby, I will say I have noticed so many of these orange clearance tags in all departments at Hobby Lobby. So they may be doing their big clearance. You guys may want to go check that out. But the rest of my Hobby Lobby is clearance items and candles. So I love to use candles. I love to use them in wood lanterns and things like that for July the 4th. They had some really good deals, so I'm going to share them with you now. They had some really good deals. The first one is this 3 LED wax candle set. This was only $10.99. And what I love about these is the light not only flickers, but it moves, so it looks so realistic. I love these. Every time I see them, I buy them. So it doesn't just glow, it moves, and it just looks more like a real candle. I also love the fact that there are 3 different sizes in this pack. And I also like the fact that it was on clearance. So for $10.99, I grabbed these. They're battery operated. They do have a timer as well. And this is normally a gift candle for $9.99. It was $3.99. You know, I used this beautiful marble pattern in my bathroom, and I do not have this size. It's gorgeous for $4. Absolutely, because these right here too are stunning. I use them all the time in just about anything. This one, which is the Luminera brand, you guys know these are popular. These are so, so pretty. This one is normally $30. It was 50% off on clearance. I picked it up for $14.99, and it's a big size. So you guys know I've purchased those gold pedestal candle holders that are floor length. This is a beautiful candle to put on something like that. And then I also buy these in all sizes, which is this super large candle, again, for those floor pedestal gold, which I think is beautiful to incorporate for July the 4th. Gold, these are regular price at the $8.99. However, it's hard to find the bigger ones, so I went ahead and grabbed 2 of these, and it's a stunning flame. So, and the white you could use for any holiday. It's gorgeous, it's elegant, and I grabbed 2 of those. They also had one candle holder that I was interested in. It was only $3.99, and it's this vintage looking gold. That is beautiful. So I grabbed one of these for $4, a very affordable way to add some gold into your look. All right, that's the last item from Hobby Lobby. Make sure you go check out those clearance candles. While we're talking about candles, I just want to mention I have received several messages about the candles from last year's July the 4th Decorate that I put in my mason jars. Mason jar is such a very vintage, rustic way to decorate for the July the 4th. Just add a beautiful candle. So these are linked in my Amazon. I messaged back. These are what I use. It's this candle right here. I also put these on my Halloween tree, my Christmas tree. They have a stand. You can put them in if you don't want to use the clip, which is what I use for the mason jar. It comes in a box like this. They are remote control, and you can either leave them solid or flickering. So they're in my Amazon store. I've pulled them to the top so you can find them easy if you are interested in using your mason jars or on your tree or whatever you want to use them for. So I wanted to mention those. Hobby Lobby also had these beautiful red mini roses. I thought were really pretty. They are normally $9.99 the florals. They were 40% off, so I only paid $6. Only got one of them. Look how true the green is. I thought this would be great. A pop in a textured basket with a flag, and you've got a beautiful patriotic look. I think they're gonna look great in our Decorate. I'm gonna end this haul with some patriotic thrift items. The first one is this beautiful vintage plate. This is from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. It's like a colonial plate. This is gorgeous with the blue. I found this at an antique store, and they probably had more things. It was such a big selection, but they were closing. I got there late and they ran me out. So I may go back there and try to hit it again before we decorate. But anyway, I probably would have found more. But I thought this would be really pretty to put in front of a cutting board with some greenery. This was $8.99, which I feel is worth it. And it is Royal China made in the USA. Such a gorgeous vintage plate. And then I also found at another thrift store, they had us a different color blue, but I won't put them together, is this Roosevelt's little White House. And this says Warm Springs, Georgia. And this doesn't have anything on the back. I'm thinking maybe they picked it up as a souvenir when they were touring in there. That's what I'm thinking. So $10 for this little plate. She also had some blueberries. I went ahead and grabbed for $7. I grabbed this stem. I feel like her stems for blueberries look very realistic. So, and I like the green, so I don't mind paying the $7. I only got one of these because you guys know I used blueberries last year in my Patriotic. And then she only had 3 of these napkins, which I'm going to use them for decorating purposes. But she had these red and white checkered napkins. And I paid $3 a piece for these. They're very good quality. And I can use these for not just July the 4th. I can throw them in my Mrs. Claus kitchen for Christmas and Valentine's Day. You guys know I love to multi-use for all my holidays. So 3 of those. I thought that was a good deal. I also grabbed this plate at a thrift store. It's like a red and white stripe. Again, 75 cents. Super clean. Doesn't look like it's been used. They only had 1 of them, which if you want to just add a pop of color, this is perfect for that. And then I also like to use old vintage books. I like them to look old, and I don't really care a lot of the times what's on them. I usually go for color and pages. So these are the 3 books. It's the red and blue I picked up for our decorate. The first one, like I said, doesn't even matter what the book is. I'm going to turn it around, but see how that looks really vintage. This one was only a couple dollars. This is like some kind of Harvard classic book for $3, but again, it has that vintage look. I'm going to turn it around and use the red. And then this one I actually saw at a dream center. It is The Death of a President. It's a beautiful blue, again, with the old pages and vintage book. And this one was only a couple of dollars. So I grabbed that one. So a couple of old vintage books to put in our decorate together. All right, friends, that's gonna do it. Let me know how I did for this haul. And I'm so excited to pull it all together with you. So you guys stay safe, happy decorating, and I will see all of you on the next video. Take care.